Hello. I think today is post-op day 42. I'm not 100% sure. I'm pretty sure, but I'm not 100% sure. Um, I am exhausted. I worked my first 12-hour shift, in probably 6 weeks. Even when you're feeling like 100%, babies can kick your butts. So I wasn't surprised last night when about 3 hours into it, I was ready to come home. I had some difficult family situations, which is normal in the NICU, especially when you are dealing with drug babies and NAS babies. We see that a lot here. Actually, about half of my unit is drug babies, and they can be a handful. It's one of the reasons that we are lucky enough to have CNAs that help us, because sometimes they scream from the minute you get there till the minute you go home, and that can wear you out. I had a baby that was not very happy for a good 4 hours last night, and it wears on you. So by 6 o'clock this morning, I was just like, as long as my babies are fed and I didn't miss any medications and their diapers are dry, I was happy with that outcome. It was good to be back. I feel like I've gotten a lot of hugs lately, don't get me wrong, but I always get a lot of hugs when I walk in that unit, and I received a ton last night. Just everybody was glad I was back, and some people thought I looked skinny, which was nice. I was like, oh, not really, but thanks. And it was good. Overall, it was a good night. I can tell that I'm definitely could not handle doing 3 in a row like I'm used to. But one night back, I plan on sleeping probably all dang day. And maybe all night. Who knows? I just talked to my dad this morning. We talked for a little bit. He was on his way to work. And I said, don't call me today at all because I plan on sleeping. I took a Benadryl just a little bit ago. Overall, I did pretty good throughout the night, not being too itchy. But once I got home and got my scrub top off, I just I feel like I went nuts. And it's not even like, you can't even hardly see a rash anymore. But it's just like, I have to itch everywhere, and especially my back. Oh my god. So that's annoying. And I guess I'll just take the Benadryl to help me sleep. Other than that, I attempted to work out not last night, but the night before. So, is that Monday? Yeah, Monday. And I think that was part of my problem, is I felt like an old lady throughout most of the shift. Anytime I had to bend over to pick something up, like every muscle in my legs hurt, which just goes to show me like how much I really lost, and how far I have to go. Part of that is disheartening to me because I feel like I'm gonna get back to where I want to be, and then I'm gonna have surgery again and be knocked back down. So I guess I'm not gonna push myself too hard, which is what I keep hearing. And a lot of people thought I was crazy that I even worked a 12-hour shift. They were like, why didn't you come back for an 8? Well, because I didn't want to work an 8. I worked 12s. but I am scheduled for Thursday and Friday night. And I did tell my assistant manager that I would come in at 11 on Friday instead of 7. It, I just think it would be too much. And then I can sleep a little bit later too on Friday before I have to go in. So, like I said, overall it was a good night. It definitely reminded me that even though I feel good most of the time, work is busy, and it's on my feet a lot, but it's not at the same time, because I can sit down to feed a baby or whatever I need to do or chart. But it's just different it's a different kind of pushing yourself from anything I've done up until this point. So, everyone was super helpful and super sweet. I definitely missed it. After I fed this one baby, I just sat there and cuddled with them, the one that had been screaming half the night. And it was just so good. And people came by and they're like, "Oh, I bet you missed this." And I definitely did. So it's good to get my baby fixed. So things are going well. Didn't really have any issues with the bag all night. I felt like there were times where I was busy and I wanted to go to the bathroom, but with my job, you go when you have time. You don't go necessarily when you want to go or when you need to go, which was hard, really hard with my disease before surgery. So everything went fine though. I don't anticipate any problems, but you can't always outguess it, and it kind of has a mind of its own. So, I received an awesome bouquet of flowers yesterday from some friends. Well, I could say friends of mine, but they're actually friends of my ex's. And she just had a sweet little note in there. It was from her and her husband, Emily and Steven. They just wanted to send me some flowers to hopefully cheer me up since Mom had left. And how perfect that they arrived yesterday before work. So they're getting ready to bloom. I think actually some of them did while I was at work. So that was really cool. Bear and I were sleeping yesterday. So I stayed up really late. I stayed up till 3 a.m., which you kind of try to do your first night before the night before you have to go into work. So I stayed up till 3 and then set my alarm for 3 p.m. And the UPS guy knocked on my door at about, I think it was 2:30. And Bear, of course, goes nuts when anyone knocks on my door, which is fine. I like that. It's kind of good. But he jumped off my bed, and he is not supposed to be jumping. So I was freaking out because I thought, oh my God, if he hurts himself again, like, I can't handle it. I don't know what I'm going to do when I have actual kids, because this one stresses me out enough. But he seems to be doing fine. I left him in the kennel all night while I was gone. His vet suggested I do that for a while until his leg completely heals, which it's really hard. I feel terrible. Like, it's seriously so small. But, excuse me, he was fine and pretty excited to see me. So, Anyways, I'm going to bed. I'm exhausted. Bye.